Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red. This quite bright morning after the rain yesterday. Mark chapter 1, and we have verse 41. I am willing, be cleansed, written in red. But the build-up was moved with compassion. Jesus reached out with his hand and touched him and said, I am willing, be cleansed. And this story is built around a leper that came to Jesus and asked for him to make him well. And it says here, moved with compassion. And Jesus is moved with compassion. There are many people that are motivated to help others for other reasons other than righteous. And yet here Jesus clearly demonstrates what is motivating him in the ministry and demonstration of the kingdom. What's motivating God in Jesus is compassion. Jesus is moved with compassion. And he says to the man who has leprosy, this disease that would have been eating the very flesh on his bones, says to this man, I am willing, be cleansed. Now, there are a host of people who say to me that God has got some other plan other than healing us in these days. But I see in the Gospels, I see in the Old Testament, I see throughout the New Testament, time after time after time, God who is willing to step in and intervene in the sickness and suffering of human beings. And so for me, the reality of God wanting to is demonstrated in Jesus' response to this leper when he says, I am willing. And the term I am, ego eimi, I am. That's when God said to Moses, there's only one of me. So God is saying in Jesus, in this moment, to the leper, I am, is willing. And he is willing to transform your night into day. He is willing to remove the sickness and disease and the suffering. In fact, we can even go further and say God has already done everything that needs to be done in order for us as human beings to be well in Jesus' name. Now, the reality of receiving that healing, that's another story. But the concept of his willingness to heal people who are sick, Christian, non-Christian, it doesn't matter who you are, whoever came to Jesus, he ministered God's healing power. And until we get out of our heads the reality that somehow God has got some alternative plan for us in regards to our bodies being well, we will never understand what it is that God has come to do. Now, I know that this is going to be full of controversy in regards to perspectives. I know that there will be 1,001,000,001 responses in regards to the fact that there are lots of people who suffer in sickness and die. I know all of that. And that there are battles there that need to be thought through and won and lost and gained and insight gained. But when you talk about the willingness of God to heal, I don't see anything else in the scriptures other than the fact that God is willing to heal and cleanse this leper from his leprosy. Thank you for joining me. God bless you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I hope it stays sunny and we have a great blessed time. See you on Monday.